Hey guys, welcome to Two Drunks Podcast. I'm D.
And I'm W.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode.
Yeah, and guys, we are sipping on, it's tequila with something. It's a drink. It's one of my mixes. Leave me alone.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
You said tequila or something?
It's tequila. It's a tequila cocktail.
It's good though. My bad, folks. Guys, we're going to talk about the movie Morbius, okay? We've been waiting for this bitch to come, and it came.
And it came and it went.
And it went.
My God.
Listen, there's a lot of chatter in the Marvel verse regarding this movie. Some say they ain't like that shit. Some say, what the fuck? Some say, Marvel, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go down DC route. But listen, okay. So Morbius is a Marvel. It's in the Marvel universe, right?
Yeah.
So it's dangerous. It's a dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder. Wait.
Yeah.
So Morbius is about a dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder and determined to save others from the same fate. Dr. Morbius attempts a desperate gamble. While at first it seems to be radical success, a darkness inside of him is soon unleashed. So he is a doctor who has a rare blood condition, and he's trying to figure out a way to
live longer.
to live because
yeah.
that blood disorder, he's not going to live for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, you being a doctor and a scientist, you're going to go through you're going to do and test a whole bunch of theories.
Yeah.
And so with this movie, it started out with him going to the jungles of Costa Rica.
Yes.
Okay, so he's talking to one of the guides. They helicopter into this cave. And so it looked like he was trying to, he had this thing put up like a cage or something. And so he was...
Oh, in the entrance.
Yeah, in the entrance. So he cut himself and then the bats came. So my thing is with that. So
he's a Batman. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
My thing is that it's like, why did he have to cut his hand? Do bats like blood?
I guess he finds out that the bats are attracted to that.
Are attracted to blood?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So is Batman have vampires too? Anyways, so he cuts his hand and he gathers all these bats. Bats.
Yes.
The batty bats.
Yeah.
Listen, man, this movie, I want to hate it and I want to love it. Okay?
But I can't.
It's just first of all, it went into the story so fast.
Y'all.
I felt like it didn't give enough time for the character to develop
nothing.
It didn't give us time to not feel sorry for the character, but give us some foreplay.
Nothing. It went straight into the penetration.
With no Vaseline. I'm like, what? You're so savage, man.
I hope no kids are listening to this episode. Straight penetration, okay? Didn't even, wet it.
These niggas are savages out here.
They didn't wet it. Didn't get it ready. Like D said, no foreplay. I was like, suck gila.
Listen, it started him and he got the bats. Next thing you know, he in the lab. Next thing you know, background story of his geniusness.
Yes.
Next thing you know, the nigga getting
he's getting an award.
Yes. That all these scholars wanted, but he rejected it.
Yes.
Next thing you know, he goes to a friend. Obviously, the friend got the money.
Yes.
So he funded his experiment.
Research. Yep.
Experiment. So he like, yo, friend, both of us fucked up. I got this research.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
But I'm gonna need some money.
Yes.
But I need to be in international waters.
Right, to do
because
it.
I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen because human trial is illegal.
Right.
So he wanted to test on himself and he wanted to be sure that
it worked.
That it worked. And
because
he didn't want to be liable if anything happened.
Right, because we find out obviously he's just this brilliant doctor. He creates what is it?
A synthetic blood.
A synthetic blood to help people who
has his condition.
Yeah, and so he's just this brilliant guy.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
Brilliant, very, extremely smart.
Yeah.
And so, of course, he was someone who believed in him, made sure that he was able to go that route so he could nurture and foster his brilliance.
Gifts. Yes.
So we see that he's testing on bats. Because bats I'm not going to go into a scientific thing. All I know is whatever the bats got in their glands can help with the blood disorder that he has. So he's trying to replace a piece of DNA, because the reason why they have this blood disorder is because there's a piece
that's missing
in his DNA, and the bat has that missing piece.
Right.
So he wants to see if he could put that missing piece into his DNA and mix it together. Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing.
Bada bang.
So when they did the scientific thing, first of all, they did it on a rat, and I know Peter is all over that shit. So he tested it on the rat. The rat died. I said, bitch, I told W, I said, how much you want to bet
that we can out rock and roll you?
Okay. How much you want to bet that rat has to die to come back alive?
Splinter. So Splinter is...
So the rat that he was doing the test on, it died, but then it resurrected.
Yes.
Okay, so then...
Jesus.
Hey, mouse.
Okay, sorry.
So the mouse resurrected, and his partner, what's the partner name? His associate, like that.
I don't remember. Dr. Martinez.
Dr. something.
I think. I don't know. Who knows?
It's Dr. Martinez?
No.
Yo, we forgot. Jared Leto is in Morbius now. Y'all know this movie.
Yeah, listen, I love Jared Leto. That's probably the only reason why I wanted to watch this, okay?
Jared Leto looks like Jesus, okay?
He does. he does.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus. God damn. Anyway, okay.
So, his partner, was also doing the test as well. So she saw the the mice running around and alive, and she's like, oh my God, it fucking works. So now that's when he went to the friend and be like, yo, this is gonna be dangerous, we need your money, help a nigga out. And he's like, I got you, nigga, here's the boat, here's the crew, have fun, please bring back a cure. Right. So he went on the boat, and he was doing his splicing and dicing and Rick Rossing it to and hustling his DNA, and tried to take the serum
on himself so that he could test it.
Right. So, of course, the partner has some feelings for him. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like sympathy feelings. It's just
she cares for him a lot.
She cares for him a lot. And she knows that he's brilliant, and he'll do almost anything to find the cure. Yeah. And so she gets concerned. So, of course, she straps him down. Yeah. And she administers the serum to him. And, of course, he's doing, stuff. Right. He does the he's doing the transformation. He's transforming.
And she's, looking at him, making sure that he's good. Now, she gets distracted by something. What did she get distracted by? Because when she looked over, the light started to flicker.
The light started to flicker, but then the crew was like, one of the guys was like, I'm gonna go down there and be a nosy motherfucker. Right. So he went down there, and he was talking to the doctor, the partner, and he was being a dick.
First of all, he called her a nurse.
Right, and she's like, that's doctor to you.
He said, you to help just like me. Fue con. So while she was dealing with his old bitch ass, she looked over to the gurney where she tied Dr. Morbius at, and he was not there.
He was unattended and uncalled for. So the guard was like, where that nigga at? Hold on. Where that nigga at? She's like, Morbius?
She's like, Morbius?
So they all looking around and shit.
She's saying Michael.
Oh, she said Michael. Yeah. She's like, Michael, where did Michael go? And he had the gun. He was like, wait a second, where that nigga went? And then next thing you know, you look up.
Michael's
on the goddamn roof.
Ceiling.
He's on the ceiling, y'all. He jumps down and he
I don't think he does that sound. But yes, like D said.
But this drink making me do that sound.
Yes. So he changes, y'all. Okay, let me tell you what I love about Morbius's face. I love the teeth and just the whole transformation of how he looks. Yeah. He looks weird. He looks weird. It was a good transformation. But it was definitely a good transformation. Y'all, Dr. Morbius let's loose on this fucking boat, whatever the fuck, ship. Okay? Everybody did.
Everybody.
The
nigga was night crawling throughout the whole goddamn shit.
If y'all know Nightcrawler, you know when he is gonna like
do the poof.
Yeah, and you see the smoke.
Yes,
that was Morbius. So I was like, wait a minute, and then I think D was like Nightcrawler, and I was like, Nightcrawler was what? Oh yeah, a demon. Okay, so wait, so we don't know what's happening.
So he a demon bat.
He a demon bat. Demon Batman. Who knows?
So clearly, Morbius. I mean, clearly we know that he transformed something in his DNA with the bat DNA did something.
Yeah.
You know, listen. Our bodies are this avatar bodies that we have.
Yeah, right.
If I'm being
truthful, right?
These bodies that we have, it could do, we don't know the power, the magic that it does now, okay? So when you go and alter your DNA, your body is gonna do something, okay? Mm-hmm. It's not. I see what you were trying to do. You was trying to put in the hole. You know, you were trying to fill in the hole that was missing.
Right.
But guess what? Your body was like, oh, is that what you trying to do? Well, I'm going to reinvent.
Yeah, I'm gonna make something new. I'm gonna create something new.
Exactly, and this is where we get Morbius.
Morbius
/ Nightcrawler
/ demon / Batman / man bat.
Yes. Man bat. So Michael realized what he did. He killed everybody on the ship. He saw that what's the partner name?
I can't think of her name, but he sees that because the doctor gets knocked over by one of the idiots, right? And so he makes sure Martine, okay. He makes sure that she's okay before jumping ship.
Right.
Abandon ship.
Right.
Literally abandon ship. Like he really did do it.
He did.
He's like, I'm out this bitch. She good.
So he jumps the ship, and then that's when it goes to the next scene of Tyrese and his partner.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop casting Tyrese as goddamn police. Just don't do it.
You didn't like him?
I'm Detective Strode. Really?
Yeah, he was. His character was kind of.
Me nah like it. Anyway,
his character was kind of annoying, but you know they're doing FBI shit.
They do, you know how the FBI. Okay,
they're trying to piece. They're trying to piece together what's going on. They got 8 bodies on the ship. Mm-hmm. Everybody's dead except for the doctor,
right?
Dr. Martine, and then he sees an origami of a bat. So while they're investigating, he's like, yo, one of his partners was like, yo, all the bodies are drained of blood. He's like, what do you think could have caused it? And then Tyrese's character lift up the origami bat paper, a bat? I'm like, Marvel, okay. Listen, Marvel
Thunder.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? We are in a panini, okay? And you know what? Maybe y'all was trying to rush this movie
because it was supposed to come out not 2022. It was supposed to come out 2021 last year or maybe the year prior. I don't remember. We were waiting for this for a minute.
Yeah.
So
you know, I don't know if y'all was just rushing, putting shit together.
I don't know what was going on, but y'all went bada bing, bada bam, bada bam, bada bing, like that. 1, 2, 3.
Listen, y'all made a sandwich. Okay?
Y'all did.
That's how easy it is to put this movie together. Y'all made a sandwich. Anyways,
yes,
I'm gonna give Marvel the benefit of the doubt because y'all have a outstanding catalog. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when they say one movie spoils the bunch, not in this situation. Okay,
no,
I'm gonna give y'all a pass.
Yes.
Now I did like the visuals.
I love the visuals.
I did not like the story.
It's not so much the storyline,
but the visuals and Jared Leto and his character was great. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the story.
Right.
So so they see that it was an origami bat, and then now they're looking for who can be associated with this ship.
Yeah.
So the best friend is on looking at the TV and like, oh bitch, it's that ship that I hired and all this shit.
Yep.
And so he was like, where the fucking cure is at? Because they couldn't find Michael.
Right, Michael went missing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Michael went Morbius.
So of course, so he had to go. So he went hiding. He went back to his lab.
Yes,
and he was running tests on himself. He was saying like, okay, so
how long he can go
with the synthetic blood because he's the creator of a synthetic blood. So he was taking the synthetic. How many times I gotta say synthetic blood? Ding, 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 ding. Take a drink every time you hear that shit. So So he was drinking his own synthetic blood, and he realized that the effects was lasting for only a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But his longing was for the blood. His
human
lust
blood, yes,
was for the human blood. So he finally got human blood because he works at a hospital because he get human blood. So he got drinking the human blood, and he was testing himself to see like how long it is. Then he's doing all these tests, like, oh, I got magic power. Oh, I have special sight.
I can hear.
Oh,
Yeah, or
special
hear.
hearing.
Yeah, he could hear.
Oh, I got this beautiful ass body now.
Y'all. Okay, look. I'ma always love black men, cause that's just me. They kings and gods to me. But when Jared Leto came, I was like,
it's almost like how Spider-Man, when he became Spider, he had a scrawny body.
Yeah.
And when he became Spider-Man, he had this beefed up body.
I was like,
in Captain America.
Let me tell you, I started scratching my bald head. I was like, and his hair is jet black. Yeah. So it just hangs, I mean, not his dick. I mean, like his hair.
So they was giving us, because he was frail and fragile, and now he's plump.
Now he's plump and gorgeous, and yes, and righteous, and tasty, and I mean, you can throw all that shit in there.
So, so he's doing these experiments, and he's realizing how to control his anger. Not his anger, but his thirst.
His thirst, yeah.
His thirst, and
because he could get out of, it seems like when he loses control, you see.
He turns into Morbius. He turned to the creature, Morbius.
Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Morbius is regular. But Morbius is the creature.
Is the creature.
So he turns into Morbius, and so he's trying to get a handle on it. Meanwhile, the best friend is like, hello, friend.
I want that.
Okay, because I see you living your life like
you
it's
walking.
golden.
Like, look at your body, bruh. He didn't say that, but like, you walking.
Right. So he's like, "Where's my piece of the pie?"
And he's like, "Nah, I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I've done things. Mm-hmm. I've killed people. Like, no." And then Buddy's like,
"What they got to do with me?
I can make that go away."
Child boo. He told a friend to get the fuck out. He showed him Morbius.
He did.
And he got scared.
Now, mind you, before he meets Dr. Morbius, he sees I'm about to say elixirs, but he sees the serum. He sees a serum laying in its little whatever container thingy.
Yeah.
And so we don't see what happens after that. But anyway, then the conversation happens, and he tells the friend, who he calls Milo, but that's not his real name. His real name is Lucen, but he calls him Milo. Backstory, y'all know, y'all watched it. I mean, it happened so fast. How could you not see it? But anyway, him and Milo go back and forth, and he shows Dr. Morbius shows him Morbius, and he's like, "Get the fuck out." I mean, get the fuck out.
My sentiments exactly. So Milo was like, "All right, bitch, I'm gone. Bitch, you ain't got to tell me twice. I'm gone.
I'm out of here."
So after that, Michael went to go see how the doctor was doing. Right after that,
Michael wanted to check up on her. Yes. Well, he wanted to check up on.
Oh, the
little girl,
other patient that was going through cardiac arrest or something like that.
So we see him kind of like in the chair with the patient, but then
he hears
something going on because
FBI.
Something happened with one of the nurses in the facility.
Yes, and so Michael thought that it was him who did it, that because he couldn't control his
he couldn't control Morbius. Yes, right. And so he hears FBI. He packs up his shit. He gets all of the synthetic blood, and he's out. Mm-hmm. And he grabs his cane because y'all will see that Dr. Morbius has a walking the crutches that he walks with because he can't really walk well.
Right, right. But he still was looking good though. That's what I'm saying, with the hoodie.
So he had the hoodie on with the crutches being fake. Mm-hmm. He runs into Tyrese's character and his partner. They start to ask him questions, and Tyrese tells Dr. Morbius, your synthetic blood saved my life because I think it's an arm.
In the war.
In the war. Yeah. And so, he's like, oh, well, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help. I love the kids. I'm just kidding. And so, Morbius, they're talking, chit-chat, small talk. Morbius hears something in the radio. What does he hear? I don't remember.
Hears there's a nurse on the floor who died that has no blood, locked down the hospital.
Yes.
And then that's when Tyrese's character was like, you know what, we have more questions to ask. And this is where Morbius was like, Michael was like, man, fuck this shit.
I'm out of here.
He was fighting with the with the agents. And
yes.
so he's doing all these acrobatic moves and shit, running,
yes.
jumping and shit.
Yo.
And Tyrese was like, what in the fuck?
And so everybody is running after Dr. Morbius, shooting and shit like that. Dr. Morbius gets on the roof, throws the bag of synthetic blood on the ground. And we see this, I think, D, you reminded me, like, oh, yeah, that's what he was trying to do. Y'all will see it if y'all watch the movie.
Yeah, so.
Some kind of, like.
He was trying to, there's just, like, waves of, I guess, movement.
Yeah.
And he was trying to, like, it was pushing him, and he stopped himself. So I was telling W, I was like, oh, I think that was, like, for him to fly, because
yes.
he could use those waves
yes.
to fly on.
Yes.
But he didn't know that yet.
So, right, so...
he gets caught.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually he gets caught, and then he gets blamed for all the murders on the ship and the lady in the hospital.
So, he's in jail. He's in jail. He's in orange. He still looks good, by the way.
Right.
With, his jet black hair.
Right. But I keep forgetting, because this is the Marvel Universe,
yeah.
that people are aware of superhuman people.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, y'all put a vampire in the thing. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's Marvel Universe. Okay, yes.
So
people
I'm
know
like,
that they're superheroes.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so are we going to put him in Arkham Asylum? Like, what's going on? But then I'm like, wait a minute, that's DC.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's in the jail. And he's having a conversation with the agents, mm-hmm. and of course one of the agents brought holy water, and Tyrese was like, "Nigga, holy water." He's like, "Yeah, blessed three times."
Blessed 3 times, y'all. 3 times.
Oh my gosh, that shit was so funny. So and he's explaining to them like, "Hey, listen, I didn't kill. I know what I did.
Yeah,
but I didn't kill the nurse.
The nurse,
because I knew her for 7 years. She
was a wonderful woman. She was a wonderful person. Like,
right.
So I don't.
But you know what? I don't think he knew that he didn't. Because he was like saying that,
when it first happened?
When they found her body, he thought that he did it.
Right.
So he was like, I know her. And they were like saying, well, she was a mother, a single mother, is trying to do all this stuff. He's like, yeah, I know her. She's been working with me for 7 years, mm-hmm. and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so Michael was telling him like, hey, I need for you guys, I left something on the roof and I need for you guys to give it to me.
He said, oh yeah, the synthetic blood in the bag. Yeah, that's an evidence. Sorry, we can't help you.
So that's when Michael started to transform.
Yeah. Morbius came out, and so the agent was like, yeah, you know what? I think it's time to go.
Okay, bitch, you better fucking leave, because that nigga hungry.
Because he like, I'm gonna die, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, whatever, we see him back in his cage, and then they tell him, like, your lawyer is here to see you. It's Milo.
And we all know that Milo is not a motherfucking lawyer. Well, now we found out that he never finished law school.
So Milo tells him, like, I know you didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And so Milo, like, does this movement where we see a blood sack. Well, I don't want to call it blood sack, but we see a bag of blood.
A blood bag.
Yeah, he puts it on the bed, and he exits. Now, while he's exiting, we notice something different
about him.
About Milo. I'm like, wait, did you see his face change? So Milo's face kind of changed a little bit if you caught it. That is how fast this shit is. If you ain't catching it, you're gonna miss the shit. Okay? So I'm like, you saw his face change.
I said, I did see it.
So we noticed that, wait, Milo is walking different.
Right.
And just his movement is just different.
He had the cane, but I was like, there's something different about him.
No, the cane was,
he left it.
He left the cane.
He came in with the cane.
Yes.
And he dropped the blood bag and he left.
Yes.
Without the cane. Then we see Milo just chilling, walking. I said, W was like, bitch, he took the serum.
I said to some, God damn it. And so Dr. Morbius, it was like, Milo! Like, because he realized.
He was mad.
He realized that Milo took the serum.
Right. So now.
But wait, so he takes the blood.
Yes.
And y'all, you can't keep Morbius out.
Mm-mm.
He gets out.
He did that on purpose.
He did it on purpose. Yep. And so he gets out, he gets out of jail or whatever, and does the little I don't know what the fuck he does.
The sonic wave thing that bats do to find their way in the cave.
Yes.
He used the sound thingy.
Yeah, and he sees Milo we see Milo at like a newspaper stand. Yeah. And basically the guy was just going back and forth, just conversation, and Milo ends up killing him. And so we see Dr. Morbius meets up with Milo, and
of course they have their tussle. He was like, nigga, why the fuck you took that shit? I done told you this ain't the life. And he was like, bitch, this is the life. All I ever wanted was to walk and be happy and, you know, and do whatever the fuck I want. Now I got it, nigga. I ain't going back.
I ain't going back.
So
let's rule the world.
Let's rule the world together.
We can do anything.
So of course Michael was like, nigga, that's not me. I don't want to do that. I want to save people. So of course they have that friction. So they're fighting against each other.
Mind you, the guy's ugly. Okay,
when he turns into his type of vampiric, but he looks
just not. They really dumbed down his and that's
look.
okay.
Yeah,
because I like how Dr. Morbius looks when he transforms,
because he's the head nigga in charge.
Right, so he just looks much more menacingly.
Yes.
And Milo just looks like
he looks ugly.
He looks like a has-been. It's awful. It's awful.
He's a 2.0.
I tell you, it's awful.
So now the story changes. So now instead of Morbius trying to find a cure for his his blood disorder, now it goes into how do we get Milo to calm himself down? Because Milo is just eating people.
Milo's fucking people up,
right?
Just cause.
And then everybody's blaming Morbius.
Yes, for the deaths. Yes. And it's not true. But the detectives find out after they look at the CCTV scan or CCTV
surveillance.
Yes. They see that it's not Morbius. It's
another
some
person.
motherfucking guy. Right. And so what did the agent say? So everybody's turning into everybody's
a creature now.
Some crazy shit, y'all. I mean, the movie, I wanted so much more.
Yeah, it was just everything was just happening too fast. Because then after everybody found out that it was another character into play, then the doctor who was caring for Milo and Michael when they were younger, who this is the doctor that put Michael into a special gifted program so he could refine his skills. Yes, that doctor saw how Milo was reacting and knew that there's something was wrong, and he told him like, hey, you don't need to do this and stuff like that. And Milo was like, you pitied me, and Michael was always your favorite. Always just daddy issues.
It's always something.
Daddy issues. So he ended up killing that doctor. Right. And he did that on purpose because he wanted Michael. He was saying to the doctor that Michael doesn't appreciate who he is. He needs to be who he is, which is Morbius, the animalistic creature. Yes. And so, the doctor was like, you can't change who he wants to be or whatever. And he was like, well, slash. slash. He slashed up the doctor. Michael was able to find him. He went to the house. He was like, listen, you need to stop him because he's out of control. So Michael was looking for Milo, and of course Milo knows that Dr. Martin is his little weak link to Michael. So of course his next move was to get at Dr. Martin.
Yes. And so and he ended up
following her because he went to her office. He's like, look, I need for you to tell me where Michael is.
And she's like, I don't know, but he got the bat ear, so he
so he had the heartbeat, and it was regular. So he's like, okay, then
here's my card,
right?
And if you see him,
you holla at me. Right. And so we all know that she went to go see Michael in their secret lab, and then of course Milo followed her, and because Michael and Dr. Martin had a moment.
Yeah, and he saw the moment,
right? And he knew that it was like, yes,
y'all ever dance with the devil under the pale moonlight? Okay,
that's the look that he was giving. That's what Milo was looking. He was looking like, okay, I see you, bitch, lying to my face, bitch.
So basically, there's jealousy, envy, all of that, and then some that makes Milo just a pain in the ass. Yeah. So after he ends up getting, he catches up with Dr. Martin. While Milo was attending to the doctor, right? And Dr. Morbius can hear that Milo telling Dr. Martin, you need to call for him and stuff. And so he does his thingy
Sonar.
to see where the fuck they are.
Yeah.
He finds them, and of course, Dr. Martine is laid out, and so she tells Morbius, you need to make this count, because she's kind of already like...
She's dying.
She's dying. And so we see that they kiss, and she bites Morbius, his bottom lip, and his blood
went into her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Then he bites her, and I guess he gains more momentum.
Yeah.
Because, blood gives him the fuel or whatever. Mm-hmm. So him and Milo go at it. Y'all, okay, so I'm going to tell you the best scene for me. It's not when we see Jared.
Topless.
Yeah. I mean, this is plus that. But
like
when...
Party toads.
Right.
I swear.
I mean.
Listen, liquor is involved in this in this podcast. Like,
yes.
it just comes out.
Gonna come out.
It just comes out.
Yeah, and so him and Milo are fighting, and Dr. Morbius obviously is hurt, and so Morbius does this thing where his hand is like touches the water or whatever, and we see the vibration of the floor just vibrating, and so I don't know if you and I don't know who said this, but like he's calling the bats.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I said he's calling the bats.
He's calling the bats?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's special. He's special.
Well, is it because he's honing in on his
He's connecting with these creatures.
No, he's connecting with his creatures, but yes, he's special. These are his powers, so he's just honing them.
Mm-hmm.
He's honing them, and if Milo was smart enough, he would have been able to hone in those.
But he was just so greedy.
Yes.
So of course, Dr. Morbius uses his skill, his bats. And the bats come. He calls them and they come. And so they charge at Milo. And Dr. Morbius was able to stick Milo with an antidote
to what they have, which is lethal to bats and dangerous to bats and lethal to humans.
So we see Milo end up dying.
Right.
And so when Morbius exits wherever they are, because when they fought, they kind of like went down on the ground. Morbius exits, but the police are looking for Morbius, but Morbius is in the bats. There's so many bats, y'all.
So Morbius started to fly.
Yes.
But he been started to fly. There's a scene where Milo and him and Milo was fighting, and that wind tunnel that W was talking about, he was able to just use it to fly.
I mean, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
So there are some great scenes in this movie, but I do think that Marvel kind of dropped the ball, in this. And listen, if Dr. Morbius was played by another not well-known character, I probably would have been like, this is trash. But because I love Jared Leto, and he did an amazing job as the Joker. Like, oh
my God, I love him as a Joker.
I love that Joker. And he's a Capricorn, so anyway.
He's so dumb.
Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I think that bat scene was probably like my favorite.
It is the cool part. So after he gives Milo the antidote, he flies up with the bats. Then we see back to Dr. Martine on the floor. Her eyes open. Her eyes is red. We said, okay, bitch, she's a vampire too.
She's a vampire too. So yeah, I wonder what she's gonna look like.
Right. So that's the end, y'all. That is the end.
Is that the end? Yes.
Yes, that is the end. But with Marvel, there's always stuff
something
behind the movies. Okay. Yeah. So behind the credits. So there was a
scene?
A scene.
Yeah.
Thank you. There was a scene where you see the universe opening up.
Right.
Which is Doctor Strange. Then we see Buddy from Spider-Man.
Yes. Michael Keaton's character.
He's the Birdman.
The Birdman,
or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's there, and he gets let out. Everybody know, we don't know where the hell he came from.
Right.
And so next thing you know, that ended. Then it was a last scene where Morbius was driving to this deserted spot.
It was deserted.
And then he got out the car and he waited, of course. And then Morbius was able to use his sonar thing because he see that something was coming.
Yeah.
And the person that came was Michael Keaton's character, the Birdman, in his full suit.
Right.
Saying that, listen, I don't know how I got here, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they're trying to piece together the
Lee.
Spider-Man and the Morbius world and piece it together. I don't know, but...
so that's that, y'all.
I'm thinking this is how... Because I know there was like this fight with Spider-Man going with Sony, and then Sony...
with Marvel? And all that back and forth, you mean?
Yes, I'm sorry, yeah. Because Sony owns Spider-Man.
Right.
So it belongs to Marvel. Yeah. It's a Marvel character, but Sony owns it. So I'm thinking they're trying to fuse those two together to keep it in the Marvel universe.
I'm going to need y'all to work it out. And if y'all did work it out, great. Okay. Okay.
All right, guys. What are your thoughts on Morbius?
Yeah, what y'all thought?
Did you like it? I mean, I liked it.
I liked it. And I didn't like it.
Okay, so what do you like about it?
So I like the fact of the way that they had Morbius, wanting to save people, and then obviously trying out the serum on himself. And unfortunately, this happens. But there's a reason for everything, and I still like Morbius as that. I still like Dr. Morbius as Morbius. Like I still can see Dr. Morbius when he's Morbius. And I feel like he's going to be able to work the kinks out and control. Mm-hmm. But I did enjoy his him catching on really quick on how to hone his in on his skills and work with the bats and understand, there's so many things that he can do, and he probably can do so much more. Right. But it just requires him, testing and all that shit. Yeah. So, I mean, he's just sexy as fuck. Whatever. I mean, fuck.
I like the fact, I like the movie. Yeah. My dislike about it was, I didn't like that it was quick.
Me too. Yeah, I didn't like that.
I just felt like it was rushed.
Because Marvel movies are normally like 2 hours plus, and this one was like an hour and... Yeah. And something. So yeah,
so it was rushed to me, and everything, like, it just didn't give me a chance to
bond with certain people.
No, it's just like to enjoy the film. Like, it was just already, it was a fast food movie.
It was a fast food movie.
Yeah, and now I don't like
Espinosa, solta fela. Qui solta fela? Vamos do que solta. Qui solta fela? Okay, you can go Google Translate to see what I said. Qui solta fela? Anyway,
what were you doing?
What are you doing with this film?
That is what she said.
Anyway,
so yeah, I mean that was the only thing I didn't like about it. It was just fast food. I didn't like that. But I mean, overall, like I said before, the visuals was nice. The character, the way they looked was nice. Yeah. The bat
minus Milo, but whatever. Good. Right.
Everybody did a good job. Yeah. It's just that it was quick.
It was quick.
So what are y'all thoughts? Hit us up on our email at 2drunksisters@gmail.com. The number 2 drunk DRUNKSisters@gmail.com.
Oh my God, did y'all catch that? That is how fast Morbius was. All right. So y'all have to understand why we're doing this.
And hit us up on our Instagram at 2drunksisters. Thanks guys for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Yes. And we hope you have a great rest of the day, evening, or night. Peace.